Good morning, Forest Park. Today's April 20th, 2022. I'm Don Jones. I'm the city manager here in the city of Forest Park. This is our show Off the Cuff, where we try and talk a little bit about what's going on in the city and things that are coming up. But today I want to devote some time to a special program. We've got two folks with us today. We have Tiffaney and Tony from the Cincinnati Water Works. Talk about some issues that are going on with the water department, where they're going to start cutoffs again. Now, those don't sound really good, and we're trying as a city to alleviate that and help our citizens find help and push them to programs that can alleviate some of the problems that they might have. So I wanted to have them here today to talk about this issue in general and to really get some in-depth knowledge about how the Cincinnati Water Works and Hamilton County and the city of Forest Park can help our citizens avoid water shutoffs. So Tiffany, tell us a little bit about what's going on and the situation we find ourselves in.
Well, thank you, Don. Thank you for having us here off the cuff. I'm Tiffaney Hardy. I'm Assistant Treatment Superintendent for Media and Marketing with the Waterworks. And so I'll let Tony introduce himself, and then we'll kind of talk about why we're here.
Tony?
So I'm Tony Searls, the Commercial Services Superintendent for Greater Cincinnati Waterworks. My team handles the primary customer service functions of the utility.
That's great. You're the people they'll talk to when they call on the phone.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us a little bit what's going on.
And what's going on, even prior to the pandemic, we as a utility made a decision to stop water shutoffs. We felt like this was a public health crisis, and what better way to help our community than to not have water shut off, to encourage people to have proper hygiene, and the best way to do that. So for the last 2 years, we've not really had any water shutoffs. So we're returning to that on May 2nd, and so we're just wanting all of our residents, all of our customers to know that we're going back to shutoffs, but help is available. And that's the primary message. Help is available. There's a payment plan solution that we have for folks. People can try to qualify and apply for assistance through Hamilton County. And so we just want to make sure that everybody's prepared for when we go back to water shutoff.
That's important because a lot of folks are, through this pandemic, had a lot of problems. A lot of folks lost their jobs. They couldn't pay their water bill, couldn't all pay other utilities as well. And you're right. I think to shut folks off during that time would have been a public health crisis, quite frankly. And I think that you guys did the right thing in helping the public. So I think but now is the time to get back to business as usual. But I think, as you said, we got to let people know what's going on.
And we understand that people have had competing priorities. So whether they pay their Duke bill or buy groceries or their prescriptions, so we understand that people have had, competing priorities. But we just want to make sure that people, have a plan in place. Mm-hmm. And so we worked really hard, and we have a special payment plan solution where people can sign up. It's called Promise Pay. And Tony can mention a little bit.
Tell us a little bit about that, Tony.
Sure. So our Promise Pay portal allows customers to access it via their cell phone at gcww.promise-pay.com. Mm-hmm. They go on there and all they need is their account number and their zip code of their property address. And they can choose a payment plan that best fits them. Our payment plans are interest-free. They're very flexible. Customers can change the payment date. If their Social Security check is running later this month, they can change the date so they can pay the payment plan later on that month. They can also roll in current charges. So they start the payment plan off at a minimum of $10. They choose their installment amount. Well, they go and they have to maintain their current charges too. Mm-hmm. Say they go 3 months. And they found that they are unable, because of another issue that has come up in their personal life, to keep up with current charges too. They can roll it into their payment plan to make it easier, so they can make sure that they stay in good standing with us and avoid water shutoff.
Well, that's the most important thing. Is a lot of folks just they feel like they're underwater,
right?
And literally underwater. And they just really don't have that hope. They don't see the ability to dig themselves out of that hole. But really all they have to do is just take a little responsibility, make the phone call, and you've got people there that'll help them.
Yeah, and sometimes when people find themselves in a bad situation, they don't want to open their mail. Yeah. They don't want to answer phone calls. But Tony's team, we've been making phone calls. We've been sending out letters that'll be on their bill. So we just want people to see waterworks come up and like not answer, right? We want them to say, okay, let me just handle it. What do I need to do? And as Tony mentioned, they can start a payment plan for as low as $10 a month.
That's and the most important thing we're going to tell them is call up, get that payment plan started, and then you guys will work with them from that point forward. But there's also some county programs as well, and nonprofits as well that can help out in this situation to help them not only pay some of their current bills, but go back and pay that past due bill that accumulated while they were off work or whatever during the pandemic. Maybe you can point us toward that.
You made a good point. Before we talk about the assistance, just as a reminder to all the residents of Forest Park that we have a lot of local organizations that have been helping our customers out even prior to the pandemic. A lot of charitable organizations that have these programs in place to help our customers pay their bill to avoid shutoff. But because of the pandemic and federal relief dollars from the federal government, the Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services and the Community Action Agency of Hamilton County, Cincinnati, they have millions of dollars in funding available for customers to help pay their GCWW bill, not only their GCWW bill, but for their rent and mortgage as well. And all they have to do is and they do have to take some initiative and gather some documentation, but 513relief.org, go to the website. The application process is fairly easy. The United Way of Hamilton County helps customers apply for those funds, kind of directs them through the process for the agencies. 211, reach out to 211 United Way, and they'll be able to help you with that.
We've had, Cincinnati has a long history of having a lot of charitable foundations that really help the people, and I know there's a lot of assistance out there that's available, not just from the county and governmental agencies, but from the nonprofits as well. And we think it's a great thing that everybody's helping everyone else, and I think we can move forward here and talk a little bit about things that are coming up with that you and I want to do here at the city. The city of Forest Park doesn't have its own water system. We rely on the city of the Greater Cincinnati Waterworks to provide water and MSD to provide sewer. But you're the billing agent for all of those, and even our garbage bill goes on that.
Yeah.
So this is all of those things that would be on that bill that this money can help, and this process would help, and this payment plan would help pay all of those bills. It's just a matter of opening up that piece of mail, answering that phone call, or going out and making that first contact to start the process of getting that relief.
And we're really eager and excited to work with your staff and getting the word out and looking for some unique ways, whether that's people coming over to the senior center or us going door to door to provide information. And so just want residents to know that city administration here at Forest Park, you guys are really going above and beyond. I mean, it's really impressive what you're doing for your residents, and so they should know that you're trying to do the best you can with getting the information out to the people. So we'll be giving information out to the churches and community centers. We've been in some areas where we've even put flyers in restaurants or grocery stores where people frequent. So we're just looking for some unique ways.
And we appreciate that. We're trying our best. We understand that not only is it a public health issue, but it's a quality of life issue here in Forest Park, and that's things that we pay attention to. If we have our neighbors who are struggling, and all of a sudden because their water gets shut off, they end up having to leave Forest Park, or they have to go find some other place to live, and so we want to make sure that if you're living here, that we as a city can help you find folks like yourself that can help them, find organizations that can help our people, and let people know about it. So we're in the business of making sure that our folks know what's going on and know that there's help out there, for the whole community. And I think we appreciate everything you guys are doing and showing up here. I know you were at our council meeting last week or Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, and you were it presented it there. So we're looking for all the ways to let people know that this exists, that the programs exist, and May 2nd is coming up.
Yeah.
And that's really what people need to know. They need to take action now, and that's what we want them to do.
And so, and just to leave a call to action, help is available. So help is available. Sign up for a payment plan, apply for assistance, and if they don't really know where to start, they can even call our call centers. They can call 513-591-7700. As Tony mentioned, they can call United Way 211. They have all the information there. So we just, we want to make sure that people, that they have a little hope, they have some time, they have enough time to get things situated, and we just want to get the message out.
It's a judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free.
Lots of folks are in this position, folks who lost their jobs, who still have issues. It's just the way it was for the last 2 years.
Yeah. And we did hear from customers that had called in that, had never been late on a payment, but both the husband and the wife got, laid off, or situations happened, and circumstances happened. Nobody could have predicted what happened during the pandemic. And so it may not be you, it may not be your neighbor next door, but maybe it's your grandmother, maybe it's your aunt, maybe it's your son or daughter. And we just want people to spread the word. Like, hey, did you know that Waterworks has some programming, has a payment plan? And so we just want people to pass the message on.
I think that really is probably the best message, is that it's not going to affect a lot of folks. It does affect a lot of folks, but it's not hundreds of thousands of people here in the city of Forest Park, obviously. But if you know someone, or you may not even know they're late, but you can mention this conversation to the people you talk to and say, hey, I saw this on a show today. I saw it down at the senior center. I heard about it. They've got programs to help people pay their water bills. Hey, if you know somebody, but it could be the person next to you that just, that wants to hear that needs to hear that, because people don't know, who's late and who needs assistance. And a lot of folks won't come forward asking for that. So again, like you said, pass the word, put it in your conversations with your family and your friends, and get the word out that there's help. So I think we're going to move on from some other things as well. We're going to have you guys here at our senior center as well to talk later on this month, hopefully, sooner than later. And I hope that we're going to use our great Waycross communication folks here to also get the word out. We'll have information available here at City Hall, so they can call us too, and we'll direct them to the right place. And so I think if we work well together and get the information out, I think we can help not only the citizens of Forest Park, but our message goes out across Waycross and YouTube
across the county, yeah.
It does. And there's so many people that have roots here. You have roots here.
I do. I have roots here. I have tons of family that live on Jason and everywhere. And I'm a two-time former resident here at Forest Park. And my niece graduated from Winton Woods. My niece and nephew graduated.
Yep.
And as a tidbit, she, I think, was the highest female scorer in basketball.
Oh, my goodness. I know who she is. Yes.
Maya McCurdy, and she just became the women's assistant head coach for UC Bearcat.
Oh, that's amazing.
The Lady Bearcat. So, so I have deep roots here.
Oh, that's everybody, everybody seems to be from Forest Park or.
My son went to Agape. I love Agape Children's Center up here. So,
So there's a lot of roots here, and we think that there's a lot of good things happening here in Forest Park, and we pay attention to these little things. I think
I would say that you guys have really paid attention. I mean, Tony and I were talking on the way up here how amazing it was for you guys to reach out and be a little proactive working with us, and so we appreciate your time and all that you're doing from a city administration side and from a city council side, and really taking this seriously.
Yeah, the mayor and the city council are 100% on board with this, and they provide our resources here. With Wright, you've talked to Wright, we've talked to Assistant City Manager Andy Levinkowski. So we've got a good group of people. We're going to put our community specialists on it. We've got people whose job it is to go out in the community and talk to folks, and we're going to make sure that even though this is a water department message, it's a City of Forest Park message too, because our citizens are affected by it. So we look forward to working with this.
And we're excited to come to the senior center and whatever we can do to help.
Yep.
We're just a phone call away.
And we appreciate you being here, because it is an opportunity to address all of our public, and we think that a lot of folks, or a lot of institutions, larger groups of folks, like you are an institution, may not have taken the time to do this public outreach that you're doing. And so Cincinnati Water Works is doing it right, and we appreciate everything they've done for us. So thank you very much. And if you need
anything else?
Tony, give us some information.
No, I just would encourage all the residents in Forest Park who are, struggling to pay their water bill to reach out to us. I know it can be, when you go online, we give out all these web addresses, and you go online, it can seem burdensome to come up with the documentation or the right information to type in. But if you reach out to us, reach out to the City of Forest Park, and talk to us over the phone, we can kind of guide you through a lot of it. And as you said, it's better to act now than to wait until you're in the 11th hour. It'll be easier for those that it will affect in the long run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't want to wait till they're standing there with the wrench to turn the water off, and hopefully that would never happen. But the bottom line is, this has, you have to collect your water bill. You have to collect that money so that you can provide the services. If you don't have the money to upgrade your system, to provide the water, to clean it properly, we as an entity of this entire community, the entire region can't function, because you provide water to the region. And yes, we have some issues. We work with folks who can't pay their bills, and we're having struggling paying their bills, and that's what you should do. But you're doing the right thing here, reaching out to folks and helping them.
Yeah, and we will also reach out to the school district too. We saw that when we reached out to Cincinnati Public Schools and actually put information in the kids' book bags. The parents got the message a little bit differently from a trusted source. So City of Forest Park being a trusted source for your residents, the school district being a trusted source, even your faith communities here.
Yes.
So reaching out to all those trusted sources, it's just easier for people to access that information from someone they trust, like somebody that they interact with every day. So.
You're right. You get that from somebody you trust, and it's a judgment-free zone. You guys, you're there. The people at the end of the phone, they're real human beings, and they'll work with you. And you've got the system set up to do that, and they're trained properly. So they should do a really good job for the folks who take the initiative, make that phone call. So that at the end of the day, I guess we're going to say, make that phone call, go out online, do the things you need to do, and help is available. Don't just ignore it, because it won't go away.
It won't go away. So we're just encouraging people to call 513-591-7700. 513-591-7700.
Well, thank you very much, Tiffany.
Thank you,
Tony. We
Tony.
appreciate you folks being here and their time, and hopefully this will help some folks here in the City of Forest Park. Thank you.
Thank you.
I certainly will. Thank you.
Thank you.